Back with the shenanigans again. This is Married to Medicine. We're already in the 4th season. Episode 1, New Beginnings. Apparently it's New Beginnings. So we see this quick little montage of what everyone has going on. It starts off with Quad. Quad, of course, Dr. Gregory. And Dr. Gregory goes and leaves off for work. But before he does that, we're looking at this like, oh my gosh, this baby is so cute. Whose baby this is? Because I know Quad didn't go and birth no baby. I know Quad didn't birth no baby. So, it's not what you think. It is a baby related to Quad, shares similar DNA, but not necessarily her own. Her brother, yes. Her brother is staying with her. Her brother and actually her brother's girlfriend are staying with Quad and her husband. Am I shocked and astonished? Absolutely, because for some reason I didn't expect Quad to go and do something like this. And I think that's really dope that she would actually allow her brother to go and stay with them. Because basically, things were hard where they were living. And so Quad was like, you know what? We need to get you out of this negative environment. You have a young child. Come and live with me. But as you know, there are growing pains when you're used to just being in a situation with either your significant other or just by yourself compared to when you invite people into it. So we'll see how long this lasts. We'll see how this all works out. But Dr. Jackie, basically, her in her practice is doing well. Her and her husband Cecil doing great. They need to move though. They need to move. They need to find a new place. Actually, and right now they're in a really small apartment while they transition to a newer house. And so I guess that's really their storyline for the most part for the season. So that's cool enough. They come to a house. The house is okay, but Jackie is all about the city life, even though she actually came from, you know, the suburbia-esque. And Cecil wants suburbia. And we'll see how that works out. I have a feeling that Jackie's going to win that battle. But actually, maybe not. Maybe not. Cecil, maybe not. Toya and her husband, Eugene, their business is doing well. Remember, they were doing the whole detox IV nutrition business. That's doing well, so they're actually looking for a space for it. Originally, I don't think they wanted to go. Well, I know that Eugene didn't want to go and do the overhead that would have been involved with all of that. But they're like, this is actually going better than expected, so it is what it is. Of course, Toya is the one kind of steering that ship. But along with that, we'll dive into their financial situation a little bit later. They got some bad accounting, financial advice, and now they're kind of screwed. They already were having issues before, but now we're at Dr. Heavenly. Dr. Heavenly's been doing her version of working out. She looks good. You know, her home life's doing great. Remember, she went, I believe, put out a book, so she's an author. She has a whole lot going for her. And she's in the car ride with Lisa. And Lisa is just letting it be known that Lisa wants a baby. Lisa wants a baby! And we're looking at her like, wait a minute, how old are you? How old are you? We're not saying it because you look old. It has nothing to do with you being able to actually take care of the child. You have 2 young kids. We know you can take care of kids. That's not the problem. We're just looking at it like, is it safe for you to do so? Can you still do it safely? Does it really make sense? And we're also looking at this like, we know there's been issues with your marriage and infidelities and all of that. Do I care? No. The only reason why I'm bringing it up is, are you trying to put a new baby into this to kind of, you know, put the focus on something else instead of, because you have 2 beautiful kids, you have a husband that loves you, successful businesses, and at the stage that you guys are at, it feels like you're trying to fill a void, and that's the problem. Don't fill a void with another child. That's not how it's supposed to work. And even Heavenly is like, wait a minute, can he, so, because, of course, Lisa's like, oh yeah, he can definitely still produce. It's like, wait, what, you? I'm like, what? Heavenly is a mess. So they go to a doctor's appointment, and actually, Dr. Jackie is Lisa's OBGYN. Now, you know Dr. Jackie and Heavenly don't see eye to eye on almost anything. So when Dr. Jackie came into the room, I was like, hi, Lisa. Oh, what the? Hold up. What? I was like, because Heavenly's like, oh, Jackie. Hi, Jackie, don't be mature. I feel you, but don't be immature. So then Jackie's like, you know, I'm your friend, Lisa. So aside from this foolishness that's going on over here, oh, so why are you here? I want to have a baby. You want to have a what? A what? A what? Procedure? No, a baby. You had some spotting? A baby. Are you sure? What? Why? It's like, you know, I feel like it's time. I can do it. So I just need to know, what do I need to do? Well, first let me tell you about all the reasons why you shouldn't. And there's a whole list. You're over 35. You're over 35. It's going to be hard to, you know, maintain having a child. You actually getting pregnant is less than 5%. You carrying it to full term is a danger to your health, possibly to the baby's health, possibly to your health, possibly to the baby's health. You've been having sex and you haven't gotten pregnant yet. Okay, interesting. You know, what's going on with everything I've been telling you. But yeah. So as your friend, I understand. I understand that you want to have another child. You love children. But what? Why? Why do you want to have another child? You know, I just love children. I feel like it's time. I want to be a mother for the 3rd time. It's like, oh, okay. I'm like, yeah. So this doesn't have to do with your husband. Oh yeah, please like, comment, subscribe. By the way, I did sign up for Ancestry DNA. I got my results back. It only took like 4 weeks. It only took like a month. I was shocked. If even. I was shocked. But I'll do a video with the results. 95, long story short, 95% origins from Africa. So I'm like, 95%. That's why it didn't take long, because I'm all concentrated in one area. I know that's right. Anyway, all the rest are like 1%. And then we'll see about that. Dr. Simone, she actually got a second home. You know, business has been doing very well for her and her husband. And because of that, she was able to, you know, throw a little money. There was some money in another account. They went and got a new house closer to the kids' schools. The kids love it because that's actually where her husband and the kids live, and she gets to live in the other house by herself. She gets to go and relax because it was like at least an hour away from the current school that they were at. So she's just saying, they were just like, well, Mom, you look really relaxed. So do you even want us there? She was like, what are you talking about? I was like, yeah, you look different. You don't look stressed. Is it because we're not there with you? I have no idea. She's over there on a hoverboard. She's there soaking in the bath. I'm not mad at her because I'm sure a lot of women would feel the same way. Quan comes over to Toya's house, and Quan's like, wait a minute. Toya, you invited me to your house so I could cook for you? But then again, I didn't have to pay for anything. So yeah, let's go for it. Let's eat some fish. I can tell that everything is fresh. Okay, doing well. Long story very short, Toya and Quad aren't the type of friends that Toya thought. I don't know why. Why is Quad putting on that much salt? Dang. I'd be dead if... damn. Jesus. Oh, and Quad was just saying how, yeah, my brother's here. You know, he's 29 years old because of what's going on back home. I told him, you know what, go leave that situation. Come live with me. Toya's like, first of all, how are we friends and I never knew that you had a brother? I'm thinking the same thing. Let's continue. Secondly, Toya's like, you know, I have a brother too, and regardless of what's going on, I'll help him from afar, but he's not coming to live with us. He tried that whole thing, and I said, no. And it was like, you know, we black, we don't do stuff like that. We help, but we just don't go. And Carl's like, no, I'm Southern. We all live in the same house together if any of us are struggling. It is what it is. And look, I have to be honest. I would not be like, hey, come to my house. I'd be like, I'll float you some money. Don't worry about it. Hush, child. Oh, I got you. I got you. We cool. Oh, from over there. Over there. No. But it's narrative switch from that to Toya owes over $170,000 in back taxes. Why? Because her husband gave over the power of attorney as far as their finances to their financial advisor. The financial advisor was trash, which actually a lot of rich people, for whatever reason, or people making a certain amount of money, they always have issues with financial advisors, if not their own self doing it. And that's what happened. She was like, we're the first generation to actually have any type of real money. So because of that, we don't really know the ins and outs. That's why we thought it was a good idea to pass over to someone who we thought we could trust. That wasn't the case. It's actually very regular, unfortunately. Just telling her husband Darren that, yeah, so I'm serious about, well, you know, of course she's doing this while she has the mug with her kids' faces on it, you know, trying to be all lovey-dovey. It's like, oh, I love you so much, we're so great. Yeah, I want to have another baby. She's like, he's looking at her like, now, you understand that it's difficult for some, you know, we're close to 50. We're we're pretty much close to 50. It's just like, no, you are. So he's just like, honey, I love you. I love you so much. I don't really want to have a child, but I'm going to go and deflect and say that it's age and all this other stuff. I don't want to have another child. That's not what he said. He said, no, I'll support you if you really want to do this and you really want to do this for you and you feel like you can handle it. I just don't think that it's a good idea. I don't think it's not safe. It's not. He doesn't want to do it. And I don't blame him. He's like, we have two beautiful, healthy kids. Why risk it? Why risk it? I want you to be here for a long time. You know, there's complications where something could happen to you. Something could happen to the baby. It's very dangerous. And Dr. Jackie was saying the same thing. And of course, Lisa understands that. But Lisa just feels like she wants and needs something. Lisa has businesses. She has a husband. She has two kids. And yet she wants another child. And at the age that she's at, I'm like, what's going on, Lisa? Because there's something else. There is something else. I don't care what anyone says. When it's a situation like that and knowing the past of what he had, there's something else. We get past that and everyone's getting ready for this party. Because Lisa is throwing a party and she actually invited Quad because she's like, let bygones be bygones. And Quad said she's going to attend. Because why not? Why not? You know, at this point, we're supposed to be mature. Looks like Toya's going to have a friend who's going to be making some ruckus on this season. Everyone shows up to the party looking lavish, but Toya's like, you know what? We broke, so I'm going to accept all the free food and drink that I can. Thank you very much. Goes there. It's over the top. She has people greeting her guests, which is normal, but then she has rose petals and the drapery and the frou-frou-la. And that's when Lisa starts telling people one by one that she's thinking about having another child. They're all looking at her like she's cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. But of course, they're trying to be respectful. It's her party. It is what it is. What did Dr. Heavenly have to say to her husband in the confessional? You know, Dr. Simone, she's on the other side of town now with her family and her kids. So we had to go and throw her a bone and give her a ride to the party. I'm like, Dr. Heavenly, you have such a way with words. You have such a way with words. Even though her husband's there, right there with her. Like, stop it. Stop it. Now, Dwight was there. It was actually nice seeing Dwight. I don't know why, because I feel like we've just seen Dwight forever. So it's just always nice when he's just there and he's not really doing anything. It is what it is. I thought it was funny when Lisa and Quad decide, let bygones be bygones. You know, we're all good. We're all good. We're really not, but we'll pretend to be all good. Because, you know, that's how it really is. They are trying to be adults. That's why they're trying to move forward. Kudos to them. But I'm looking at this situation like, nah, this is some fake and foolish and phoniness at its core. We'll see how long it lasts, because remember, Quad was just trying to sue you last year or last season. And I'm here for the maturity. I just don't like the fact that it normally doesn't last that long. That's my usual issue. Everyone's sitting down together. I'm thinking that's not good. Why everyone's sitting down? That's not smart. Now, at one point, Lisa tells them why she's really there, because it was supposed to be a celebration of life. And it's true, normally in the Black community, that means someone died. So that threw everyone off. Like, why are we going to a celebration of life? Like, ooh, someone passed here. Do I need to bring some flowers? No. The issue is that Lisa wants to have a baby, and everyone's looking at her like she's crazy, because the whole thing, it's weird. Things went really left fast. Really left fast. They got Dr. Jackie reiterate the fact that it's not safe after a certain age, less than 5%. All of that. The men were interjecting and were even saying, no, I don't think it's a good idea. Her husband, Lisa's husband, said he'll support her. I'm thinking, Darren, you know you don't. You know you don't want to have another child. You basically said you don't want to have another child. But I understand your wife's getting almost like daggers at her thrown left and right. Now, why was it Toya and her man interjecting so much? I'm thinking, Toya, let's stop. Let's stop. Because it went so far left with Toya saying how, it's interesting because you have other issues going on and that's why you possibly want to have a baby. Look, I said the same thing, so I can't judge Toya. And, you know, sometimes we look at Toya like, oh, she's messy and she's saying too much. But this time she was right. We know that there's something else. We know that there's a root to why this is happening all of a sudden. Or again. And Toya's like, wait a minute. My husband didn't cheat on me with him or her. I was like, no! No! Because the narrative switched. It switched from that to Dr. Simone. She felt a certain way about people kind of ganging up on Lisa, and went to Quad. It was like, Quad, what are you doing snickering over there? How is it that you are selfish? You have money, you have success, and you want more. How much more do you need in order to have a child? And we know you don't really need to have it all together in order to have a child. You hope to have it all together when you're trying to have a child, but that's not the case for most people. And I get it. Dr. Simone is Quad's friend, so that's why she was upset. Why I don't understand this. Why did she have to go from 0 to 100? Like, why is it that you need more? You need more of this. You spent all this money on these shoes, on this car, on this house, on this purse, on your dogs, instead of having a baby. Give your husband, you trying to go and act a certain way with them, but then your husband wants a child. Give that, he's a good man. Give that man a child. I'm looking at her like, why don't you go and take Quad's egg and have her husband fertilize it and you carry the baby? Like that? Really? Because at this point I'm thinking, if Quad doesn't want to have a child, she doesn't have to have a child. If Quad wants to adopt, have a surrogate, whatever. She doesn't have to do anything. Stop it. Stop it. Alright, anyway, this season looks good. It's going to irritate me. It's going to get me animated. So that's always a good time. Please like, comment, subscribe. Come back next week for the foolery at hand.